I'm stronger. I'm smarter. I'm better. I am better. I'm not some weak-kneed crybaby that goes around.
What is up, Netflix fans? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking Extraction 2. Just found my Apple Watch. It's telling me to work out. Not doing it. Tyler infiltrates one of the world's deadliest prisons in order to save them, but when it gets hot and the gangster dies in the heat of the battle. But when things start to go down, an equally ruthless brother tracks down Rake and his team to Sydney in order to get revenge. This movie is rated R. There's a lot of violence in here. A little bit of cursing, some other things I'm sure, but lots and lots of violence. Like John Wick level violence. And I'll talk just a second about the first Extraction. I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. I thought the action sequences were really fun. I think there were times where the story tried to kind of move its way in a bit too much and overtake what we were enjoying about the film. But I thought it was a good time, and I was going into the sequel excited because I do think there is something to this director-actor combination. Sam Hargrave is a fight and stunt coordinator, choreographer on movies like Atomic Blonde, Avengers Endgame, Civil War. When it comes to sitting in that director's chair, his first outing was Extraction. I think he did a nice job with those action sequences for the most part, but there were some issues that I had beyond that with the story, like I said, and I do think it's a very yellow-looking movie. I'm nitpicking. It's a fun film.
You sure about that?
I'm saying all of these things to build up anticipation for my thoughts on Extraction 2, and I wouldn't be doing that if I didn't feel really strongly about this sequel. This is shocking for me. And again, I was looking forward to this movie, but this was a freaking blast. I had an amazing time watching this film. It strips away what I didn't love about the first movie, and there are still moments where we're slowing down, trying to get those more intimate character moments, learn about our new family that he's extracting and a couple of people along for the ride, but it puts all of the focus at a point in the film about 15 minutes in on the action sequences that have stepped it up a notch in a way that I didn't even anticipate going in. I knew, I heard the behind the scenes. There's going to be a big one take, a big 11-minute cool kind of what?
What? No.
Okay, great. We've seen that in action movies before. That sequence specifically, well, it's fantastic. But my fear was that one take would be the only thing that stood out about this movie. It's not. It's not one action sequence. It's not two. It's not three. It's not four.
Not five, not six, not seven.
There are probably like 5 or 6 really cool moments/scenes that are not only amazing in the moment, but memorable that, I'm going to take with me after the movie ends. And the way these sequences are shot, Sam Hargrave behind the camera, and we'll get into the performances here in just a second and how the story goes, but I just want to talk about the way this is all put together. And the fight choreography, the stunts in this film are spectacular. Just another example of why there should be a stunt category at the Oscars, because we already have a few movies in that conversation. And the obvious one, the most impactful movie this year, one of the most impactful movies in general, is John Wick Chapter 4. Now, I think that is going to be the ultimate comparison for Extraction 2, since it's so fresh, so recent. And what I will say is this. They're two very different types of movies in terms of story and style. I do believe the world building in John Wick is it's almost unmatched at this point when you look at pure action films. But the way that Extraction is kind of building the character of Tyler along with ramping up the action and elevating the stakes is impressive. It's not overall world building, but that's not what this movie needs to be. The simplicity of the story, the ability to make Chris Hemsworth look cooler than he already does. He's a cool dude. He looks great on screen as an action star, as a lead, and that's something I've been wanting to see from him for a long time. I'm glad he has this franchise. I think he is capable of that, but this plays to his skill set. It allows him to thrive as an action star, but also a likable character, somebody that you are going to trust going in and executing a mission, and somebody who has survived. And obviously the big question at the end of Extraction, and this trailer put that to rest, and people saying, well, there's no way he could have made it. Well, we have similar things to say about John Wick in John Wick, and we could even look at the Mission Impossible movies, man. When you have somebody, a lead character like this, I'm always going to trust that they can make it out alive. That being said, the stakes are so high in Extraction 2, even though they've already done that with his character, I'm still sitting back going, I don't know I don't know if you can make... What the The other characters in this film, they're solid. Nick Khan is a really fun, action-centric character to watch, and frankly, she crushes it in this movie. I thought the actress did an incredible job. Just as physical of a role as what Hemsworth is doing in this film. You have Yaz, you have the villainous side of things, and, I thought the villainous story was interesting. He was threatening, but, at the end of the day, you're more in this for what the heroes are doing. That being said, the motivations are there because of the family aspect, and you have a son who is torn. Do I stay on this side with my father, or do I go with my mother and try to be her protector as she is on the run? Because Hemsworth's role in this film, Tyler's role, is to protect this family, extract them, but protect them, and try to convince this son, hey, dad not good, mom good. That seems like a very simple thing, but it's difficult because of the situation this family is being put in. So the story actually resonates a bit more than I expected it to, and while that camaraderie maybe isn't as strong as that main relationship in the first film because of Tyler dealing with the loss of his son, it's still a really solid angle of this movie, and I thought it was properly executed, and they didn't spend too much time on that aspect of the story. There's time spent. Obviously, you have to build that up. But we're always going back to an action sequence. And have I mentioned the action's great in this movie?
All right, I get it!
Here's the thing. I think some people are going to watch this movie and expect more, want more from the narrative. And, if that's the case, fine. But this feels like an 80s or even one of those classic kind of cheesy 90s movies that didn't put its focus on the characters of the story. I still enjoy the characters in this movie. Hemsworth is crushing it as Tyler in this. But Tyler Rake, come on, man, that's an action star. He is so good in this role. But it puts those sequences at the forefront, and it allows you to kind of follow this cinematography and focus on these shots, how real it all is. I mean, the punches are so impactful. If you are watching this on Netflix, do not watch it on your phone. Watch it on the biggest screen possible. I wish I could have seen this in the theater, because that's the type of experience you're having while watching this movie. Before I give you my score, if you guys want to support this video, drop that like down below and comment your thoughts. What is the best action sequel of the 2000s, 2010s? Past the year 2000, you get it. Extraction 2 is a massive win. Not only is this an upgrade over the original, but it will go down as one of the best pure action sequels of this century. The fight choreography is consistently riveting and impressive. Hemsworth crushes it, and the film is an unrelenting blast. I could sit here and nitpick the story, but I'm not going to do that. This movie knew exactly what it wanted to be. I'm officially a fan of Sam Hargrave now as a director. Bring on Extraction 3. I need to see it. Just keep extracting. Extract as many things as you want to, Chris. Can't wait to see it. All right. I'll see you guys soon.